Today we're taking old t-shirts and turning them into yarn that you can make into all sorts of things. I wanted to make this tutorial more of a guide to making t-shirt yarn because I've already made all the mistakes for you. You're welcome. So here are 3 quick things to think about before you start. And yes, it will make a mess. A vacuum will be helpful. First, choosing your t-shirts. I get my t-shirts secondhand. It doesn't matter if there are stains or fading or small holes, it just makes the yarn more interesting. And the bigger the shirt, the bigger the ball of yarn. To make one continuous ball of yarn without breaks, you need a t-shirt without any side seams. Basically a tube of fabric, and yes, you could use any tube of fabric, not just t-shirts, but that takes us to the next thing, choosing your fabrics. Some fabrics fray. Most knit fabrics don't fray, especially if they have some stretch. T-shirt fabrics like cotton, spandex, polyester, and blends of those things usually curl up nicely when cut and stretched, although I've encountered some really strange fabrics, so you can always do a small test cut just to check. The last thing is choosing the size of your yarn. So different projects call for different yarn. Thinner, stretchier fabrics make softer, stretchier yarn, and thicker, sturdier fabric makes stiffer, sturdier yarn. So if you want to make something sturdy, like a basket, but you use soft, stretchy yarn, it might fall flat. Trust me. The width you cut the fabric decides the weight of the yarn, or how chunky it is. So cut some test yarn in different widths first and stretch them to see which size you like best. Okay, for the tutorial, I used 3 different fabric types and cut 3 different sizes. The first step is always to open up the bottom hem of your shirt with a seam ripper or small scissors because there's about ½ an inch of fabric hiding in there. For the thickest cut yarn, I used shirts with thicker fabric that didn't have much stretch. It was almost rough feeling. Start by laying your shirt down flat and lining up the bottom edges of the fabric. Then fold the shirt almost in half, but not quite the whole way, so there's a few inches overlap, or I guess underlap in this instance. Use a ruler to mark the width of the yarn across the shirt from the bottom up to the sleeve area. And for the largest size yarn, I measured 1.5 inches width. Then draw guidelines that width across the shirt just on the folded section. Start cutting along all of those lines, stopping just after the folded edge, so there's a few inches along the edge of the shirt that are not cut. Cut the top of the shirt off at the armpits and keep that fabric for scraps. I'll show you what I made with it later. So the whole shirt should be cut into strips except for a small section along one side. So unfold the shirt and lay it down flat so that the uncut section is facing up. And then you can put something flat inside of it to prevent you from cutting anything else other than this one section. Now, this is where it turns into one continuous strip. We're basically spiraling the shirt like you would peel an apple. So draw a line from one edge of the fabric up to the first cut on one side. Let's say the top, just to make this easier. Then draw another line from the first cut on the bottom diagonally up to the second cut on the top. Then from the second cut on the bottom to the third on the top, then the third on the bottom to the fourth on the top, and so on all the way to the other edge of the fabric, so each strip connects to the next. Then carefully cut along all of these lines. Now you have to stretch the fabric to make it curl up, and don't rush this part. I may have given myself rope burn trying to make this quick, and also if you pull too hard you can tear the yarn. So just be patient, and that goes for the whole process because the more consistent your lines and cuts are, the more consistent your yarn will be. Okay, for the medium-sized yarn, I used shirts with medium thickness of fabric and it had a little bit of stretch. I measured a width of 1 inch for this yarn, and it took significantly longer to cut, but made significantly more yarn than the thick size. For the smallest size yarn, I used shirts with very thin, very stretchy fabric. I measured a width of 1/2 inch, which made the entire process a lot more difficult, and it took absolutely forever, but it made so much more yarn than the other sizes. Now for what I made and how the yarn was to work with. I made 3 balls of the thickest size yarn, and with those I made this basket. Remember how I said the thick fabric was rough feeling? Well, it made it kind of grippy and hard to crochet with, but it was really nice to braid with. With the medium fabric, I made 2 balls of yarn, and with those balls of yarn, I made this purse. I also used some scrap fabric for decoration. This yarn was a lot easier to work with than the thicker fabric. It was still a little hard to crochet with, but was really nice for braiding. With the thinnest fabric, I made 2 balls of yarn, and with these 2 balls of yarn, I made this shirt, this rope belt, a choker, and a headband. This yarn was really easy to crochet with, but it was a little messy, and it was extremely tangly and a little finicky for braiding. Now for the scrap fabric, I also cut it into strips that I braided into keychains, headbands, belts, necklaces, and I still have some left because I've already spent way too much time making this video, which is why I'm so grateful you're here. So let me know if you have any thoughts or questions, and thank you so much for watching. I love you.